Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's Rachel of Gathered Plans. I've been having so many issues with my microphone, so I actually had to use my Beats headphones, and I hope that this is working better. I hope you're all doing well. I'm excited to be using a more summery kit because I'm still back planning most of August. So this kit is by Simply Watercolor Co., and my code is linked below. And I'm just excited to be using different colors because I've been using a lot more earthy and natural neutral colors, so I hope that you enjoy this video. Alright, so before we get started, I do want to just ask you guys if you are a traveler's notebook or a rings person, or if you like both, anything that you would recommend, I'm open to. As you guys know, I use a B6 traveler's notebook. I'm obsessed with it. I always thought like I would only be a strings girl. So, and I think I really am because I do love the flexibility of a string planner, and I just feel like you can stuff it as much as you want. I think you're very limited with a rings planner. However, I'm very, very obsessed and happy and found my planner piece with the B6 size. Like I think I will forever, forever use that as my functional planner size. So I've been looking at the Kiki K oatmeal rings planner with the white rings, and it's always sold out. I think when I went to go buy it initially when they did have it in stock, I guess I just kind of like psyched myself out or like got cold feet and didn't want to commit to it because at the time I was still super new to the strings still. And I'm not saying like I don't enjoy my strings. I do. I love my strings very much. I just want to see if I'll like a rings setup for us with like in a smaller planner, if that makes sense. I know it sounds confusing, but then again, I feel like us planner girls, like we love having different options and different planners and depending on my mood, so on and so forth. It's just really nice. It's like really just fun to dress it up and play around with it. but I've also been inspired by a lot of photos I've been seeing on Instagram. And I just love that it's easier to take photos with a rings planner. I think it's kind of challenging to do one in a traveler's notebook. I find myself taking out the actual insert and laying it flat to actually get a photo of my spread. It's not so easy in a strings planner. So that's just been my experience, but I do just love all of the other pros about a strings planner, but I'm just open to trying it out. I haven't found the Kiki K planner anywhere else. It's been sold out everywhere. Some people sell on eBay, but it's still kind of expensive on eBay. And I don't know if you know of any buy sale trade groups that are selling it, or if you're selling one, or have a B6 strings that you're willing to sell, please send me a DM. I'm really interested to see, just to try it out. I am open to the Recollections one, but in my opinion, the Recollections ones are just so hard. I'm very interested in like a more natural leather kind of feel, if that makes sense. I know, sounds weird. Anyways, so on Monday, I did that beautiful floral thing on the flag. I love how it turned out. Initially, I just had one flower from Honey Inked, but I just wanted to decorate it some more. I felt like it looked kind of empty. And you guys know me, I'm crazy. I always have so many different things going on. I love to fill up my columns as much as possible. So yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. I was just thinking this earlier. This is going to be more of a chatty play with me because truly I don't know what to talk about, and I really don't want to talk about stickers. So I've been in a really weird mood lately. I don't know how to describe it, but I feel like something is off. Please let me know if you guys, oh yeah, I'm showing off my coffee. Please let me know if you guys have been feeling that way. I've been feeling, when I mean off, like, I think because in the back of my mind, I know COVID's happening and there's a quarantine and things are just not normal anymore. They're not what they used to be. And I think I'm feeling this way because I was talking to my fiance yesterday about like wedding plans and what we want to do. And it's just kind of a bummer because, you know, a lot of people that had weddings planned this year had to push it to next year or had to completely change their plans. And I feel for them. I think that's incredibly difficult and challenging. Any plans that you would have had this year, even funerals. Like I was talking to my old neighbor and she said that she went to a funeral and it was so weird because they had to all be 6 feet apart and they couldn't even hug and be loving and be there for their friend or family. And that's so difficult and challenging because it's like, that's what you want to do at a funeral and at a wedding and these events. And you just can't, even in a regular day-to-day life. Like I miss hugging my friends. Like I miss those things. And honestly, I was walking, I know I'm talking about something, I went completely off. Sorry, again, chatty, plan with me. I was walking in Target and I was paying attention. I'm very observant, and sometimes I just like sit back and I watch things happen. I people watch for sure. Let me know below if you people watch. I think it's probably one of the best things in the entire world. So basically I just noticed, you know, everyone with their masks on and people that wear gloves and so on and so forth. And what this quarantine and COVID and pandemic has done to us is it's just doesn't feel like a community anymore, if that makes sense. Like I feel like everyone is so standoffish with good reason. You know, some people could be high risk, some people might have family that's high risk going back home. I totally get it. But you just don't have that like interaction anymore when you can look at someone and smile, because you can't really tell if someone's smiling anymore. People seem so like reluctant to even look at you, or it's just awkward and weird and people are more shy and like just reluctant, I think is like the only word. And it makes sense. Like, trust me, I completely understand there's a pandemic going on. Totally get it. But it's just something that I observed and noticed because I haven't been going to the stores a lot in general, especially when COVID hit. But in Target, I think I noticed it so much more because people just kind of like stare at each other and like seems like a more judgmental way. But maybe that's me just overthinking it. I'm probably not making any sense. It's fine. I think to me, it just feels like everyone is on the edge and super nervous and reluctant and scared, and they're just being careful and cautious. And it sucks because that does take away from the friendly kind of, you know, interactions that you would have with even strangers, with normal people on a day-to-day. It just sucks. I hate this. I'm so sad and pissed off and angry and bummed that all of this is going on. Everything's changed. I don't know. It just sounds so silly. But anyways, to the beginning of my conversation, my fiance and I were talking about our wedding plans and what we wanted to do, and if we even wanted to do anything big. Honestly, I've never been the kind of girl to want to have a big wedding. That's just not my style. It's not what I prefer. I prefer more of a low-key kind of thing with just my close family and friends. I remember when I first met my fiance, he was like, yeah. So like 100 people each, right? Like for a wedding, because we were talking about our future together. And I was like, excuse me? Are you paying for all of that? Because your girl is not paying for any of that. And you know, he comes from a really, really big Italian family on his dad's side. So I could totally get it. And honestly, with him living and being from the States, he's got the majority of his family here. Whereas for me, I grew up in the Philippines and on Guam, so most of my family is overseas. So the only family that I really have local is my dad, my mom, and my little sister. And then I have my stepbrothers that are in Texas. So I was just like, I remember just thinking, what in the world? Like 98% of the guests are going to be your family and 2% will be my family, and not including friends, of course. But it's just one of those things where I was like, that's a lot of people. And I told him, I was like, dude, I was thinking like 20 people per person plus their guests, so that's 40 like each. That's already a big wedding by itself. That's my take on a big wedding. Personally, I've been in weddings, I've attended weddings, I've been a bridesmaid in weddings, and it's so stressful. Even being a bridesmaid at my best friend's wedding, I was just like, no, I do not want to do this, because I felt like as a bridesmaid, I couldn't even go and enjoy myself during the day before, like leading up to the wedding, where like the guys could go to the bar and drink and hang out and then like show up, throw on a tux and fix their hair and call it a day. But like with bridesmaids, there's like photos, there's get readies together, there's so many things to it, which is so fun and totally worth it. And it's definitely an honor to be a bridesmaid. But there's also that side where it's just like you want to just enjoy your day, and it just seems so stressful. I don't know. If you had a wedding, a big wedding, small wedding, let me know. A lot of my best friends and close friends have all had small weddings, and that's just what their preferences have been. So yeah, we've talked a lot about wanting to go to Greece and get married, get married there, and that's always something that I've always wanted to do. I just don't know. Like with everything in the air right now, we just don't know what is going on and what is, an option anymore. And I really don't mind putting off our wedding even longer, because I mean, a lot of people have had to do it, like, let's be real. But I've also told myself, like, I also don't mind being engaged for like 2-3 years. Like, that's just kind of my thing. Like, I'm not in a rush. Like, we've been together for 4 years now, and like, what's another 2-3 years? And I don't know. Like, at the end of the day, he's my best friend. He's my soulmate. I'm not worried about it. It's just one of those things where COVID has really just put a damper on everything. So it just sucks. But nevertheless, these are small things. Like, there are people that are actually sick, that are dying, like have people, lost loved ones. So I'm just kind of speaking on I don't really mind if things get pushed off, but I do feel for people that are going through this. And I feel really incredibly bad. Not really sure why the chatty conversation went the way it went, but I hope it wasn't too bad, and I hope that you enjoyed it. There's a Viv wiggle, and I love what I did with that flourish and the flower from Honey Inked. I will certainly be doing that again in the future. It turned out so pretty, and I hope that you enjoyed watching this video. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.